Now, the National Elections Commission, NEC, of Liberia says voting was peaceful but characterized by low voter turnout in a decisive runoff election.
Now, the election to determine the successor of Africa's first female president, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, kicked off on Tuesday morning and closed at about 6 p.m. International observers monitored vote counting at various polling stations in the country.
Election observers and NEC say polling stations were better organized than in the first round. Now, the runoff result will determine who becomes Liberia's president between George Weah and Joseph Boakai, the vice president, incumbent vice president, and all of that. Okay, well, joining us via phone to discuss this issue is Charles Ideho, a social commentator and a journalist. Thank you so much for joining us. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Kosi.
Yes, compliments of the season.
Oh, compliments, Mike.
Yeah, exactly, Charles. It's nice to hear from you this morning.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, compliment.
Okay, now let me quote a piece, write-up that I read just a couple of days ago. Keeping the incumbent will be difficult to bear, and any hope that opposition will bring real positive change may be misplaced. Do you agree?
Well, I think because if you take a look at the happenings in Liberia, a lot of people are looking for change. This wind of change appears to be blowing in Liberia, especially when you have a situation where the war that they fought actually decimated the country and then sent a lot of the older folks to their early graves. So you had the voting population, about 70% of the voting population between the ages of 18 and 35. So, and these are looking for the youth. They want a change from the old order where you have the Ellen Johnson, who is a septuagenarian, and then you also have another septuagenarian wanting to take over from him. So they feel that this two, the president and the vice, that's Joseph Boakai, they've not done quite enough to bring about a change. So they are looking the way of the youth, which George Weah has. George Weah is just 51, and incidentally, his vice, the former wife of Taylor,
Charles Taylor,
is 56. So they think that the youth can actually bring about a change. That's where the pendulum might swing, and then you might have the opposition taking victory at the end of the day.
All right, but Charles, we've heard a lot of Liberians from the reports we have read. A lot of Liberians are also really concerned about the running mate of George Weah, saying that is the ex-wife of Charles Taylor, whom they certainly don't have love for.
Well, over time, we won't take that away from, because they see that deep-seated animosity, between the Grand County is where George Weah comes from, and that's incidentally the home of Samuel Doe that Charles Taylor, Charles Taylor was responsible for forget about Yomi Johnson. Charles Taylor was actually, we are told, responsible for the killing of Samuel Doe. And then Charles Taylor, of course, is from the Bong County, where his former wife also comes from. So is the coalition between the two that is going to change the whole thing. If you look at it, truly, even right now, the thing is actually costing roughly some feathers. But I think the woman has done well. Since she became a senator, she has done well to drop that toga of the wife of Charles Taylor. She wants to be herself. But I don't think that may be a major factor in this election, because when you take a look at the voting pattern right now, she has been able to garner support for George Weah in her own Bong County. I mean, we can imagine that in 2005, what was George Weah was able to just get about 10.7%, but in this election he has got about 40.6%. So that if you look at it that way, I don't think it's going to be a factor at all. If you look at it using the figure I just gave you a while ago.
Yeah, but speaking of numbers, the reason for this runoff, for the rerun, of course, they're both gentlemen, Boakai and George Weah. None of them made the 50% mark. George Weah about 38%, and of course Boakai 28%.
Yeah.
That in itself What do you think it indicates in the first instance?
Well, it does mean that there are, I mean, the country is divided sharply along the lines of those who wants the old order to continue, and also the ones who have who just want a new change entirely. But the coalition between George Weah and Mrs. Jewel Howard Taylor may swing victory the way of the coalition. Because when you take, because even that woman herself, Howard Taylor, is very, very strong in that Bon County. Bon County appears to be, I mean, is the third largest voting population in Liberia. So when you bring that one, and then the Grand Gede, where George Weah comes from, if you put all this very heavy weight together, I mean, right now, because what is happening right now is that George Weah, that comes from Samuel's place, they are prepared to right now. They want to forgive Howard Johnson right now. I mean Howard Taylor. I mean, sorry about the name, Howard Taylor, because of the choice. Because of the choice of that woman, they feel that woman's political base.
Okay. All right. It seems we lost the line there. But Charles, we thank you for giving us your analysis on the Liberian election. We hope the results will trickle in and we'll get to know what's up. But let's first of all give you a rundown of the papers this morning. Punch newspaper is reporting the alleged 909 million naira fraud. EFCC ICPC begin probe of suspended NHIS bus.
And caution as fuel queues reduce in Lagos and Ibadan. Of course, that's been reported in the Nation newspapers. There.
Yeah, and then the Daily Sun is saying PDP, APC fight over Buhari. The president's inconsistent age claim, a national disgrace. Opposition party saying that. And
the federal government says $1 billion, not too much to fight insurgency. That's the FG responding to critics there.
Yeah, and finally, this day newspaper is saying that federal government blasts critics of $1 billion excess crude account withdrawal, says they are unpatriotic elements. Well, this is where we round off today's edition of the program. Thank you for spending your morning with us and have happy holidays still ongoing, so have a good time ahead. I am Mike Okwache.
And I'm Ngozi Alibu. Enjoy the rest of your holiday. Bye now.